Yeah, there's no audio. What would it be without, what would Tall Can Tuesday be without terrible technical issues? And here we go. Here we go. I'm just waiting for some people to pop in too, man, because nobody knows we're doing lives again. So, what is up, dudes? Not a lot of you here, but what's up? Let's see if I can share some audio. Yeah, no, this should work. Baloney. Baloney. Tell me if you're hearing music. If you're hearing music, I'm going to stop. Son of a bitch. It was working great 10 minutes ago. And now it's not working anymore. Anyway, what's up, dudes? It's K-Pop RC. Welcome to Tall Can Tuesday. I'm going to put this thing on the other side so it doesn't hit my mic. Let's see what's up. DJ Apothecary, man. What is up, brother? Long time no live. How are you, man? Devin, what's up? That's a new name. Story Racing 387. What is up? All the Canadian homies. There's quite a few here. Let's see here. Mike 1RC. What is up? Let's see here. Rourke. What's up, brother? All these new names. What's up? Story Racing. Again, audio is good, which is great. Oh, can you hear the music? Let me know if you can hear the music. Tall Can Tuesday. I don't have any tall cans, dudes. Let's be real. Taking a little bit of a break from all the alcohol because, it's no good. What's up, Bob's RC? Hope you're having a good frickin' Tuesday. Rourke, yeah, totally no music. It's frickin' Premiere being lame, which is kind of annoying. Josh Martin, what is up? Pete B, what is up? No music. Yeah, I'm gonna just I'll deal with it in a little bit. Seems like a lot of people are piling in, so I'll just deal with that. 10 scale, thanks so much for that. It was a Mile High. Thank you so much for that 10 bones or whatever. The Gridnack, thank you so much, man. Cheers to beers. I only have water, so you guys are gonna see me hydrate. I'm just gonna hydrate really well. Let's see here. So many legends, apparently. Yes. So many legends. They're all legends here on Tall Can Tuesday. Let's see here. Out of Control Concepts. Yeah, it's been a minute, man, for sure. Dr. President Legend Buck Danny. I feel like the older the internet gets, the more, crazy everyone's names have to become. Let's hear. Ashley, what is up? I'm here just driving. All right, hopefully, stay safe, and hopefully it's still light out where you're at. Nothing worse than driving in the dark. Let's see here. Glad to see you're live again. Been loving your recent vids. Thanks a lot, dudes. Yes, we're going to talk a little bit about last year and what's happening this year. It's going to be great. Georgia, USA, man. Lots of awesome people from the state. Actually, pretty much 90% of you guys. Gear Guy, what is up? Yes. Rick, how are you, man? I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Let's see here. MK6. What is up, man? It's been a long time. Double Clutch, you're here. Maybe Double Clutch is gonna pop in soon. I don't know. Maybe he will. Out of Control Concept saying H2O Tuesday. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it's gonna go for a little bit. Getting too old to freaking blast so many beers. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, Ashley's driving through the dark. All right, let's see here. We got a list of things before. Maybe I should wait till more people pile in. There's 40 of you guys. Let's see here. Counter. What is it? Corner. Under attack. There we go. Corners under attack. Damn, man, I can't even read today. Glad to see I'm alive. Yes, I'm alive. I had pneumonia for like 3 weeks, and it really took me out. Yeah, be careful, dudes, out there. I had the flu for 2 days, and then took 2 days to get like full-blown pneumonia. Yes. Okay, great. So let's talk about, I got a list. I even printed it out because I'm so a fish. Let's see here. We're going to talk, last year. Just go through some last year stuff. Maybe some goals for this year. Let's see here. We're doing like project updates. We got the RS200. Oh, God, of course it's not there. But wait. Yeah, it is. Let's see here. 2. Man, I'm rusty, eh? There you go. The RS200 project is coming along. If you guys don't know what that is, there is a whole build series, kind of like 2 videos, and I'm slowly kind of getting through it. I kind of had a bunch of issues last year where the 3D modeling software that I was using, it locked me out. because it was like the free version of SketchUp, and SketchUp works on these plugins. They're like these third-party plugins, and they have this whole library, and you can like log into this library, and you can download all these things. You can actually buy these plugins, but the problem is that I have a free version of SketchUp, and they just decided one day to like just totally remove that part of SketchUp, which is pretty much all of the good things about SketchUp that I had, which was like chamfering, edges, that kind of stuff, you know, cutting holes through things, picking multiple things, even like, you know, just rotating your model. That kind of stuff was such a pain in the ass with the original SketchUp. So unfortunately, in order to finish this project, I'm back in SketchUp just to try to get it finished. So I've been kind of procrastinating a little bit because we've been playing around with Onshape a lot. Or I've been playing around with Onshape a lot. This is what the RS200 project looks like as it sits today. You can see I actually got scammed for 5 bodies. 5 bodies I bought from, I guess, some bunk website in China, and they took my money, and then they closed the company. So I had to call Visa. They gave me a whole new credit card, all this BS, and I still, to this day, don't have more of these M-scale RS200 drift bodies, which is freaking too bad, you know? It's just too bad, because like I'm looking for them, and I think I found them, but we'll talk about that on the actual episode itself. It is a pretty sweet build. You can see it's using a water jet cut aluminum chassis with my logo there, you can see, and it's all 3D printed. The dashboard is resin printed. If I printed more things out of resin, things are just going to get way too heavy. And in fact, what I decided to do was to like print just a whole chassis straight out of PETG. So this is not PLA. This is like a slightly tougher plastic, maybe not tougher, but more heat resilient plastic than PLA. PLA is what most people use to print 3D printers, like fused deposition printers, because it's just easier to work with. It doesn't like decide to do stupid things like PTG sometimes can do. But the problem with PLA is that like you leave it in your trunk and it just becomes a damn puddle. So that's why I'm printing pretty much everything out of PETG specifically for that reason, just to give it a little bit more like, you know, it'll take 230 degrees to melt this plastic, whereas PLA is like in the hundreds, you know, it's like 110 or something, 115, maybe even like 100 will make it like putty, you know, you could just like sit on it and it would just squish. But anyway, look at those. These are, no one's really seen these yet. These are Gear Guys rims. These are like the original Sport Clubman Sport 3-piece rims that came on the RS200, but the like hardcore RS200. They had like a few. I think they only had 2 different versions of the RS200 that were for sale, like available for regular people. And one of them was like the tamed version. Maybe that was the Sportsman one. And it had sort of alloy, just like single-piece alloy rims. But the crazy race cars had these like three-piece rims. Gear Guy, you can probably in the comments let me know what they actually are called. I think speed lines. I can't remember exactly, but super cool. You can see it has an intercooler, not an intercooler. It has a radiator in the front here, all dammed up like a freaking Pikes Peak Challenge car. And then it will have a intercooler there. And you can already kind of see on the other one that I'm already kind of fiddling with the turbo, the exhaust, and then soon the intercooler will sit on the top here. That's all kind of been designed. It's just hasn't been fully printed yet. And the real reason is because I ran out of gray PETG. So I ordered some of that stuff up. I'm just going to get to the comments real quick because like I just freaking spewed all these words out of my freaking mouth. And like I'm assuming you guys are all talking. Dark as hell. Ooh, dark as hell? Yeah, I can fix that. Really? Dark as hell? You want it to be like a gymnasium in here? I even have like a nice ring light backlight. Oh, dark as hell. I'm a dummy. You're driving in the dark, Ashley, and it's scary because you don't know what's going to pop out of beside, you know, the deer or something. Canada boy right here. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's go. How's it going tonight? You know, it's been kind of a rough day because like nothing's working for me. Like I couldn't get any of the audio working properly, and then I ended up just like wasting all this time trying to get it all to work out, and then it still didn't work, which is freaking the worst. But that's okay. The wheelbase is actually a very weird wheelbase because I don't like going by like the standard wheelbase because they're always wrong. Like no car has the same wheelbase, right? But RC companies like to squeeze everything into their platform. So like their one 10 scale platform, every car is going to have that wheelbase. And it doesn't work that way, right? RS200s are quite small cars. Like if you were to park an RS200 beside, I don't know, a Skyline, R32 or whatever, it's like a foot longer than this. So it can't be the same size. So that's why I jumped on the opportunity to make an M scale, even though this is kind of true M scale. So it's a little bit larger than, an M scale, like an actual M scale Tamiya, that standard that was made by them. I had a ruler here. Should I get it? I can get it. I don't need these headphones on. I'm not listening to anything. Let me grab it. Did I put it? Oh yeah, nice. See, it's nice to have things in their place so that nothing worse than like spending 20 minutes looking for something, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, ruler time. All right, in centimeters, millimeters, because I feel like that's what they're all measured in, not inches, but I can give you guys in inches. 225 mils. So I don't know let me know in the comments if you guys think that's like a standard size or whatever, but it is a very different size. It's kind of similar to the Quattro that I built. I built a Quattro for Denver last year, for Colorado, back when I went to Scale Science for their Matsuri potluck. I built this one and I totally made a custom wheelbase for this one as well because Tamiya wanted me to cut the wheel well like on the outside, and it would look so wrong. These cars are basically have a square wheelbase, like the distance from here to here is pretty much the same distance as the width. And that's what made them so successful at rallying, is that they were just so nimble because of that. I don't know, but I did build this chassis as well. Oh, as I throw things around, you can see it's completely 3D printed. And you can kind of see those two slots there. I do have like the actual chassis here. You can see those slots allow for, adjustable wheelbase. So this is cranked as tight as it can go, but I think I can actually pull it apart and make it a regular wheelbase length, like like a regular 10 scale. This one might even be just a little bit bigger, 227 mils, this one. Interesting. This one had a cage on it, but then I, like a dummy, I like dropped it. And then I just was too lazy to glue it back together. Whatever, extra weight, you know what I mean? Extra weight. And also kind of got in the way of a head tracking, because we played around with FPV head tracking inside this car. I have some of that footage. We'll definitely check it out a little bit later. Man, I feel like there was like a huge diatribe. I think these were made specifically for the RS200, but don't quote me on that. Yes, they were. 100% they were. I still think they were called speed lines, though. Maybe that was just the style at the time. You know what I mean? But man, if you guys don't even understand, all right? You don't even freaking get it. Let's go here. This is dark. Come on, are you gonna focus for me? Maybe not. Oh yeah. All right, let me get it brighter. That's the other way. Hold on, let me up the ISO. Oh, guys, my brain. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure nobody thinks it's too dark. Ashley's just driving through the dark. Anyway, look how beautiful these rims are. Maybe we can macro them a little bit more so you can kind of see how, like, these are resin printed, right? and you can't you can't see the layer lines, man. Like, you can't. Like, oh, and before somebody asks me what barrels he was using, the barrels are also 3D printed. All right, how crazy is that? That's so nutty. Yeah, so and it's not like they're crazy money either. So if you're looking for like a custom wheel, I'm pretty sure Scale Builders Guild is using like these Volvo. Oh God, I can't remember which one. The R wagon ones. You know what I'm talking about? The 5-spoke. They're kind of like alloy wheels, and they're kind of boxy. Everything Volvo is boxy. Am I right? But yeah, they're pretty ill too. Looking pretty fire. Yeah, the Volvo R. Yes. Okay. Yes, man. I was close. Right? I was freaking close. Let's see here. I'm gonna see what you guys are saying. Hey boys, I'd love to stick around, but I'm hanging out with my brand new baby daughter. Blue Smoke, man, congratulations on your new family member. Enjoy it. It apparently goes fast. Yeah. The freaking world of fatherhood that I know nothing about because I have this behind me. Oh boy, what have I done? It's been a year, guys. It's been a goddamn year. Let's see here, Chipper. Let's see here, Speedline. Speedline was the brand, but I can't remember the name of it again. All I found were replicas for reference. Yeah, we're like specific for that, like the 800 horse, 700, 800 horsepower RS200, like the crazy RS200. I kind of feel like they had two different classes at the time, or maybe when Group B was finally shuttered. I think they had to like repurpose the cars in other classes, and I think they were making like lower powered versions. And the 200 that they sold, I think there was a majority of which had like full interior and alloy wheels instead of those 3-piece. But super cool history, man. And it keeps more and more stuff keeps showing up on the internet for Group B stuff, including. Man, the 6R4, which I'm just like absolutely in love with, and that's going to be the next project that I'm going to be doing after the RS200. And I've been kind of playing around with it already in Onshape, which is the new 3D software that I'm using. Yeah, well, I'll show you guys some of that project because it's like interesting, and I think you guys would dig it. Yeah, all right, let's see here. What else you guys are saying? How often do you go to Strictly Sideways? Seb, I try to go every Saturday, but that never happens, unfortunately, because life is life. So I try Wednesdays and Saturdays, which is the only days that are open. But usually every 2 weeks. For a while there, I had pneumonia. So for a full month, I wasn't there. Yeah, for a full month, which, I mean, the drift track is so much fun. So if you got one in your neighborhood and you're not drifting, definitely go out and have a ball. Let's see here. Speedline Evo 2s. Boom, gear guy, man, coming in clutch. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so let's look at other stuff. There's like other stuff to see. I'll show you guys the new one, whatever. Why not? All right, I'm gonna have to share my screen though. Let's see here. Present screen, share screen, window, I guess. All right, check it out. So this is Onshape. Onshape is like, man, I should actually give a massive shout out to Gear Guy for putting me on this software and not Fusion 360. This is a 100% cloud-based software, and it has a very robust iPad app as well. That's all through cloud, but it's quite intuitive, and I can't wait to actually try it using an iPad because I kind of feel like the mouse and the keyboard are such an archaic form of like input device for so long. They've been so crappy for so long, and like nothing's come out yet to replace a freaking keyboard and mouse except for Apple's little like, what is that, gesture control with those goggles? Come on, man, it looks so dumb. Anyway, whatever, they're getting there, and it'll be interesting to see what replaces a keyboard and a mouse. But this is what I'm working on right now. I didn't design the body. The body is like actually bought from Cults. and it is ready to 3D print. Ready to 3D print. I kind of feel like a lot of people that sell things for $8 on Cults that say it's ready to 3D print have just never 3D printed anything in their lives. But they're like 3D designers. So when I did bring in his whole like STL car, it did split it into parts, which is pretty huge. So like I can like hide, you know, I can hide stuff, and oh gosh, of course. Let's see here, show all. All right, I'll get rid of the planes. I'm still learning this program, so please bear with me. This is like the biggest mess of a project ever, because I still don't really understand the workflows for this kind of like program, and it's fairly robust. Over the last like 15, 20, maybe 25 years, people have been building just sort of the language and like how to 3D model within a digital space. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see here, we can hide all of their sketches. Okay, yeah, that's better. Oh, no way, I want to hide that one too. Anyway, hide. Fudge. It's hard to think and like do this at the same time. Okay, great, yes. You can see I 3D scanned and a 5D so I could kind of see how much space I have, you know, or whatever. And then what I did was, maybe I should show you guys this. I'll hide this thing. Hide hatch. All right, so you can kind of see that I've kind of built an interior structure into this body. And then this interior structure kind of bolts to that body. And you can see that this is a chassis plate specifically for a 5D, and I'm toying with the idea of also making chassis plates specifically for other platforms like a YD2 or a RevD or whatever, and then that way, you know, all the parts are really pretty much the same. It's just that you can you know, replace or swap out a couple of 3D printed parts, and then all of a sudden you got yourself a whole new chassis, you know. But it does look like a real car, and the doors are going to open in order for you to put the battery in. You're not going to be able to take the body off of the chassis because the body is the chassis. Does that make any sense? I feel like nobody's doing that, you know? Like, nobody's doing that. Even the guys that are doing like really cool stuff like Night Customs or whatever on Instagram that's doing like really fully scale interior bodies for crawlers and other kind of buggies and stuff, they still kind of use the Lexan body as sort of the like mounting point for all of their scale components. And that's cool because it makes it kind of convenient. You can just like open it and whatever, and you can get access to everything. But it just doesn't seem scale to me, or as scale as I want it to be, or you know, how I want my RC experience to go, you know. Let me hide this. Sweet. Here you can see I 3D printed, or not 3D, I 3D designed this battery plate to hold one of these like little shorty packs. This is like the usual shorty pack, thin shorty pack that they use at the track. It's very light. It's what, 4,000 milliamp hour. It lasts high voltage, even though I don't charge it at high voltage because they seem to last forever when you don't. Yeah, so this will just slide right in and clip in from the passenger side. Yeah, and it'll just like click in. And then also I kind of adjusted it so you can actually really make a high center. You know, like you can really put all of the stuff in a very high place. And I did learn from the RS200 that I can actually use the MR engine mount, and it will put the motor really high up, which is really great. So what I might actually do is 3D print one of these, and then if it melts while I play around with it, I'll get it laser cut out of aluminum from Send Cut Send or whatever. But you know, really this thing needs to get finished first, and I have a whole bunch of stuff already for this car that's like in the works. I even oh man, where did I put it? Did I even put it anywhere? Oh, I did. I even stocked back up on yeah, this stuff. If you guys don't have this stuff and you paint Lexan bodies, what are you doing? Polycarbonate body cleaner. This with a Q-tip will clean off any like bleed on masking tape lines. Speaking of masking tape lines, I got a whole bunch of the good stuff, right? This is the good stuff, the Tamiya Tamiya. And the reason why these are better than like anything you can get at Home Hardware or Lowe's or whatever is because they stretch better. They stretch around lines better. And they don't do great. The yellow doesn't do that awesome, but the white is awesome, all right? So the white masking tape is almost like a plastic. So you can like quite literally pull the tape around corners and it'll stick really well, because there's nothing worse than you trying to create that turn and then all of a sudden paint just gets in there and then you need to go and buy yourself some polycarbonate body cleaner to clean it all up, man. Son of a bee. Let's see, what do you, have you tried any 24 drifting yet? Kinda, I mean, it sits here and taunts me a lot. And I'll get to it, I promise, because it's a blast. But it's been tough, man. I don't know, the older I get, the harder it is to find time to do anything. I don't even have kids. You guys are all getting kids. Let's see here. I've bought a $100 F-150 ready to print and had holes. Oh my God. Hot boy, man. I've been there, man. Even the Cletus McFarlane neighbor build, that body was probably the worst body. If you look over here, hold on, I'll show you. Wait, maybe we'll do this. Yeah, so if you look here, it doesn't quite fit the model. See how it like, the rear fender flare kind of like eats into the bottom of the chassis. So I guess like if you were gonna print this all at once, your slicer is probably gonna put everything, I mean, if it's a good slicer, which they're all kind of getting better at it, but you can repair the model and it will stitch all of the layers together and all the parts together, and it kind of makes it work and whatever. Sometimes when I'm having issues with pre-made, you know, polys, where I can't get like on shapes to kind of interact and add to these polys, then I'll just like leave them as their own part. And then when I bring it back into the slicer, it will just kind of like stitch it all together. Anyway, but I'll show you, because like this is all, I mean, I wonder if any work peeps are watching, but like every time at work we have these like long meetings where like everybody and every department has to tell everybody what they're doing and like what they're doing that week, and it has nothing to do with anybody except themselves. I'm usually working on this thing. So it's kind of like a forced way to be able to like listen to work stuff anyway while just kind of quickly modeling this stuff. And the same goes for printing it. Like I've been kind of, you know, in the morning I'll like set a print and I'll work and I can babysit it. You know, so you can kind of see the stuff that happened during work hours, which is kind of fun. I need to move the wheels back a little bit, but that's easy because it's only this part that needs to be adjusted, right? Yeah, you can see how awesome this thing looks. Also, I didn't print all the parts, so you can see this kind of didn't work out that well. But damn, man, look, and then I really want it to be high center, you know? I really want it to be high center, so that's the idea, is to just like have it swaying all over the place. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And then this is the newer version where you can see kind of all the mounting points. I'm gonna extend these brackets out to make them stronger, because pretty much the only thing that holds this body to the chassis are these like 6 points that screw together. But it looks pretty good. And then fudge, man. I had my first Bamboo Lab layer line issue. Oh, you can't see it because there's so much light. But there's oh, maybe this way because we can get a shadow. Oh, you can see. Yeah, I got a layer line, like a shift. And I don't know, I printed out a couple of things just to test the same height, just to see if it's like something that's consistent. It's not, so it must have, maybe the nozzle got a little bit gooey, and then as it was scanning over something, it must have nudged, and I bet you it moved the whole magnetic print surface by like a millimeter on one side. It must have clocked it a little bit, and that kind of echoed on the side and actually created this like weird, oh, you can't see it. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. I shouldn't complain. I kind of feel like I've been spoiled because this thing will print PETG this cleanly, you know, and it's PETG. Like nobody prints PETG. It's like everyone is afraid of it or something. Anyway, I'm going to see what else you guys are saying. What up, Chris, man? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Let's see here. Ethric Bikes, man. Right? It would be cool. I don't know what you were saying was cool, but it is pretty cool. Yeah, your guy's saying it looks cool. Use some PC for the motor plate. Ain't gonna melt. True. Yeah, polycarbonate. Okay, I will. I'll just like leave the apartment while I print it. Right? It's pretty, yeah. Yeah, I'll do it for sure. I'll do it for sure. Do you play racing game, and is there any good RC games? No, Overload, man. Look at this room. There's like no video games happening. Although all of the drift guys have bought some pretty amazing sim rigs, and they're all doing like 24-hour sim challenges and stuff. And they're all like waking up early in the morning to like continue the race and stuff. Like there's like 6 of them. They have this massive team, which is pretty great. Let's see here. Gear guy saying Tamiya tape is top tier. It's all I use because the other stuff seems to come off Lexan and doesn't contour well. It doesn't contour well at all. Sometimes it just unsticks. If you leave it for 10 minutes, it just peels. Like there's just something about the Tamiya glue that is just fantastic. Some guys keep these in Ziploc bags. Just another FYI for you guys. Try to keep the moisture from the tape in itself. Like try not to leave it out in the sun and what have you. I'm sure that doesn't work. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on 24th versus 10th? And absolutely love. Okay, so anything RC, the more weight and the bigger it is, the more real it acts. So the 124 scale is twitchy like a mother. It's actually kind of hard to like, and almost not really that realistic. I've seen a lot of people though set theirs up really well, and I've seen a couple of guys that are really good at it. What is it, RC Supremacy? You can see some of his videos. There's guys that are just like tandeming door to door, and it looks really, really great. But it still feels a little twitchy. It still feels like there's just no mass there, you know. And maybe that's just my lack of experience, and maybe I'll get better at it. I don't know. The 10 scale stuff is pretty great. It's just the best part about 10 scale racing is the community. So you need to find a track to go, or you need to convince your best friend to buy one, and then you need to mop the garage floor or whatever and set up a track or whatever. You need more than one person. Solo drifting is just not good. It's like salsa dancing on your own. You know what I mean? Like you can't do it. You need like a bunch of people, and you need a community of people to help you out too, and like notice when your car's not driving as well as it could be or whatever. It's just like it's great to have that community there. And I'm assuming there's something like that for the 24 scale as well. But the 10 scale seems to be more popular and a little bit more fun just because of the weight of it, you know? It just feels hefty, you know, hefty or whatever. Actually, you know what we could do? Let's see here. Present screen, share screen, entire window. This one, share. All right, let's see here. Wow, I was looping, eh? Just set that to loop. Tin can. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw this.
Yeah, so we got inner fender, it's all pop cans.
Yeah, you guys can't hear any of this stuff though, which is fine. So this is Trevor's Skyline that he made out of tin cans, which is super cool.
Trevor, tell me about your
and you can
car.
see, like, you're just hanging out, you know, like. This
Basically
is just
been
like
setting
hanging
it up
out
and
on a
tuning it
Saturday
for the last couple
with
of years.
these guys, like-minded
Yokomo
individuals
YD2
that are like
base.
building cool things.
It's a Rev D
creating
conversion
their own
kit on
trends,
it.
making their own
Body in
freaking
particular,
experimenting
used to have a
with their
34.
cars, and that's actually that's him, that's Trevor.
This was supposed to be the
drifting
replica, but I
that.
picked it up.
I wish I
so
should show them doing the whole
the real
figure eight,
34,
because he
yeah.
actually did a full figure eight.
Cool cars at the RC drift track.
Anyway, these guys
Everybody
know what
drives
they're
the
doing, and they're always like
Ended up
kind
just
of innovating,
remaking all the
and they're
body
not really
panels
like
out
looking
of
for
pop
any
cans and beer cans.
acclaim, or
Hold on,
they're not
hold
doing
on.
it
So
for
this
a
is
YouTube
all
channel or trying to
pop
make
can.
viral videos or whatever.
Oh,
They're
you
just
can
having
hear
a
it.
good time.
Hold on. This is what we're
And,
gonna do.
this
Use
is
the mic
pretty
right here.
fire. I thought I would
Yeah.
shoot a little bit of Trevor
That's
working
weird.
on his second aluminum tin can, beer can body. So I have a little bit of footage here that you guys can check out because it's pretty freaking fire. I'm gonna look at the comments though before I hit play though. Video is over powerful. Wait, the audio worked. Wait, which? Be more specific. My voice? Or is the video making noise? Because that's hilarious if the video makes some damn noise. I'll be upset about it, to be fair. Really? Was it playing? Oh, it is! Why did you decide to just work now, you son of a... You son of a... I'm sorry, I totally blew out everybody's ears. Oh, no. Oh, headphone users, man, I apologize. There we go, and it was like drum and bass, too. Ah, what have I done? What have I done? Anyway, it's pretty cool. Video is over me. Thank you. I appreciate it, Hellbilly. Let's see here. I'm just going to mute it because then I don't have to worry about it. All right, perfect. Oh, Scale Builders Guild pop on. What's up? I am not dead. Dude. Matt knows because like I told Matt right when I got sick. I was like, Matt, you just don't get sick because there's some shit going on. There's some stuff going around. And then 3 days later, I had full-blown pneumonia. 2 days later, doctor's like, we might have to take you to the emergency room. Anyway, it's just I have bad lung issues, probably from asthma as a kid or whatever. But yes, okay, cool, wicked, we did it. Anyway, this is such a sick body. And anyway, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about like how it's done because I kind of feel like there's a lot of people like that just want somebody to spell this out for them, which I kind of feel like I kind of want to gatekeep it a little bit, if that makes any sense, because we're just going to create a whole community of like people who don't want to experiment and try stuff out. And I don't think that's like, I don't think that's what the hobby's about, like at all, you know? So man, I'm just gonna make it a little difficult for people to understand how this is done. And the ones that can overcome that, you know, then they'll have some pretty sick drift bodies. But here you can see, so this is like an S chassis. Trevor's making another aluminum body for his teammate Devin, and so now they're gonna have this Skyline that's running and this S chassis. I don't know. It's a 180 or 240. I don't even know. Actually, I guess when it turns, we'll be able to see. Anyway, so this is what he's doing. I watched him cut a tin can, like just cut the ends off of a tin can using just like some dull Lexan scissors that he had. And then he rolled it against the table the opposite way to flatten out that aluminum. You can see here he's kind of like folding and bending that aluminum. What he did first, though, was he just laid that aluminum over the Lexan body part that he's molding and just pushed it right against the table. And using his fingernail or a piece of plastic, he was just pushing that aluminum along the Lexan in order to like imprint itself into the aluminum. And once that happened, then he can kind of play around with the curves, trying not to crinkle it, and you know, very, very labor-intensive work, and something I'm assuming you get better with over time. But how cool is this? How cool is that, right? Yeah, take you to the merge. Aaron's talking about. Oh, I keep forgetting that comments are like almost not 5 minutes, but like a solid minute behind. How does he mount the two together? Well, dude, Grim Reaper, man. I don't know if you drift, but everybody at the drift track uses Shugu or some kind of like high strength, rubberized, you know, urethane glue. So Shugu works really great. There's another one, I can't remember what it's called, like T2000, T1000, maybe in the comments if it pops in their brain, let us know what it is. But yeah, Shugu. And what you can see here, he's using masking tape. So right now he's just masking everything where it needs to go. And then once he has everything where it needs to go with this masking tape, he will then go on the inside and he'll add some Shugu, because at that point, things are gonna get real messy real fast. So you just wanna get that glue where it needs to be. Don't touch it, leave it for a solid 48 hours, 24 hours, whatever it takes. Because Shugu, yeah, has like a short working window, but to actually dry fully, it's like a solid 24 hours. Also, like, smell that stuff as much as you can, because it's very good for your body. I think, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but nothing like just taking a glob of Shugu and smearing it on the top of your mouth there. Ooh. Anyway, this is super cool, man. Look how cool is this? Anyways, it also, just to be fair, this isn't the first person to do this. There's many RC hobbyists that have used thin aluminum, or tin even. I've seen one guy use just all tin and use a spot welder for batteries to spot weld the body together. I'm sure you guys have all seen that video. Most of those people, though, that do that aren't actually dedicated RC hobbyists in one way or the other. So a lot of those guys that are engineers and they just want to solve this problem, they'll do it, but it won't be within the confines of like what other people are doing. So it doesn't end up like becoming this like cultural phenomenon within, you know, the genre of the RC class. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see this pick up. The video is doing really well, and even on Instagram it's doing really well, and everyone's talking about it. In fact, I kind of feel sorry for Trevor, because I'm like, hey, Trevor, did you get like a whole bunch more followers? And he's like, dude, he's like, everyone keeps asking me how to do it, and like, I don't have the time to like answer 400 people. And when their question is just like, how do you do that? You know, that's the worst, when you get questions that are just like, tell me everything right now. How do you build a house? And you're like, what do you mean, like the foundation? Everything. Like, I don't know, man. You figure it out. But yes, TJ, man, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday, man. Metal Masher has the coolest bodies. Metal Masher, yeah. Is that the guy? That's the guy who like has like a negative and like a buck, right? And he like actually presses the two together. There's some cool stuff, man. There's some really cool stuff out there. And creates molds. Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah, Scale Builders goes talking about it. Yeah, I've seen this guy like years ago, right? Years ago. I wonder if he's still making videos. I'm subscribed, though. Maybe I'm not anymore. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people. Yeah, totally, right? But then you got other guys that are like, I can't wait to do this to my Slash. And you're just like, I don't understand why you would want to do that to your Slash. Like, the Slash isn't going to conform, right? You're going to like... Anyway, whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, there it is. Hellbilly knows. Kendall knows. E6000. So this is... I would probably use the E6000 over the Shugu. Shugu... I wonder if it's the same. It might actually be the same, just branded differently. But I think this is the stuff you want. The E6000. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. What about still making them? No YouTube, just Insta. Ah, right. Okay. All right. Because there was a guy on YouTube that Adam Savage talked about quite a few times that made, I think it was a Tacoma body or some kind of like, not pre-runner, but just some kind of pickup truck. But dang, it ain't cheap. Yeah, Ruby man, just make it yourself, dude. I think somebody, who was it? Who was that freaking YouTuber that drifts that's got the Corvette, but he started with the Miata? I don't know, I can't remember. Taylor Ray. Taylor Ray said something kind of awesome in one of his videos when they were building this like giant awning on the back of his shop. He was just like, hey man, if you're ever feeling down, man, if you're ever really feeling down, just build something. There's like nothing more gratifying than just making something from something, you know? And whether that's like RC hobby kit or like just some wood ramps for your skateboard or whatever, I don't know. There's just something so profoundly fulfilling about just like making things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what this guy is mad about. Oh, Mammer, what? Let's see here. Yeah, sick, man. Anyway, so I thought this was really cool, and I thought I would like show it off, kind of how he was, a little bit of it, you know, a little taste. I kind of feel like if you don't know how to do this now from just what we've been talking about right now, don't try it. You know what I mean? You're gonna go through a bunch of stuff. based on the body that you're doing, based on the folds, you're gonna have to figure some stuff out. No one's gonna be able to tell you how to do it, really. You're just gonna have to get your elbows. You're just gonna have to get cut up. Actually, I kind of think you can see Trevor's hands have like some cuts on them or whatever. It's totally from the tin cans. And the Reefs hat, yes, Joe. Gotta definitely, 100%. We gotta shout out Reefs. Gotta shout out Reefs. Anyway, let me get into some stuff from last year, cause like, why not? Why not? I'm gonna hear the audio levels so that it's not crazy. 5 on. All right, dudes, the audio should be on for this. I wonder if it's gonna go. Anyway, so this video was actually shot by Matt. I wonder if he's still here. He might not be, but that's okay. Matt shot. I was like, hey, Matt, man, grab my camera, grab my phone, and shoot this video for me. And it went pretty crazy viral on Instagram and YouTube. So on Instagram, this thing's at like 4.5 million views, and on YouTube, it's at like 3.5 million or something views. This video is like no work at all. It's just like point the camera, and that's it. And this was kind of the start of last year. I don't know if it effed up the whole channel in some weird way, but after that big spike of views, I got a bunch of I don't know, subscribers, but not many. No money, right? Because shorts don't really pay you any money. So I think I made like $22 or something on like 3.5 million views, which is nutty. And then it kind of like everything kind of went to shit. It like the usual, maybe everybody's channel has had that happen in the last year, and a lot of channels have been actually a lot of channels that I watch that have nothing to do with RC are kind of leaving the platform because of just, I guess, the way the whole industry is moving, like media in general, you know? Like short form is killing long form, and nothing in the middle fits anywhere. So like, I can like, with numbers, I can prove that a 40-minute long video, regardless of its engagement and where, will do much better than an 8-minute video. So it's either shorts or super long. That's what I've been noticing seems to be where the eyes are, and I don't want to do it. So I guess real talk about last year. Last year I really was trying to, like, I don't know, do that RC YouTube channel model that everybody does, which is like, you know, review stuff and create these consistent structured content and like just build the same thing over and over again. And like I can't do that. It's like I can't do that. I do that at work. I can't do that here. This has to be a fun freaking exploration of engineering for me. That's, I feel like, what this channel is about for me. And also trying to like build a community of people and like and experience what other people, like, just to like bring people in. And I feel like the Show Me Your Car series that I've just been releasing, where I've just been asking people to tell me about their car and their platform and how they made it, how they built it, whatever they think is important to talk about their chassis. I feel like those are really important stories to tell. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep going that direction. I mean, of course, I'm building stuff. We're building stuff. The RS200 is getting paint soon, and that's gonna get raffled off soon. There's also a bunch of surprises for the people that are involved in that raffle. So just so you know, there will be more than one winner. Maybe I shouldn't let you know. There will be more than one winner, and I mean, one winner is gonna get the actual car that like will be the car, and then I'm gonna print some more chassis, just the chassis, just the 3D printed parts, and we're gonna give away a few of those because I feel like it's been more than a year, and I gotta really get to it. Everybody's just like, yo, just take your time, and I'm like, okay, and then life happens. You know, and then I don't get a divorce, but pretty much. And then, life takes a turn, and then you're like screwed. And you gotta like figure out how to like live again. It's so weird. All right, let's see here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Did I shoot that? Yeah, you totally shot that. Dude, you totally shot that. I think you can hear your laugh in it, actually. Oh, wait, you want to hear? I think you can, hold on, let me hear it. I'm turning it up now. Is that working? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Totally did. Hellbilly, man, yeah. Wait, sick good luck, everybody. Right, sorry, I thought he said, like, hello, everybody. And I realized you've been here the whole time, Hellbilly. Let's see here. Hot boy racing. I'm also going through that K-pop. We'll find out a way. It might take some time, but it's for the better. Hot boy, man, I'm with you. It's been a year now. The problem now is that, like, I don't know what's with the Twitter girls and, like, injecting stuff in their lips so they look like they've got inner tubes for lips or whatever. Like, what is like, who thinks that's attractive, man? Like, what is up? What is up? I don't know. So funny. Yeah, right? I know that laugh. For sure, for sure. Okay, let's do other stuff. I don't know, we can, like, show some more cool stuff, right? Let's see here. Should I just, like, move this chair out of the way? I was supposed to put another light, but it just didn't happen. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh no, what have I done? This is premature. This is totally premature. Oh, it is dark, eh? Oh, man. All right, I gotta move this out of the way. This guy gets, because I've sat on things before, so we're gonna move stuff out of the way, because what the hell? What have I done? What have I done? All right. It is too dark. Shit. I don't know what to do. I guess I can up the ISO or something. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Yeah. No, there you go. I gave up on trying to find you. The money for RC cars is what I'm focusing on. You know what? That might actually be the better way to go, to be honest. And I'll keep telling that to myself because my living room looks like this. Yeah, I just gotta find somebody who has equally as a bad problem as I do. You know, I don't know. Anyway, this is an SCX6, so we're talking about scale stuff and how the bigger the scale, the better. I kind of feel like rock crawling is the same. This thing is big enough to crawl upstairs, and I kind of feel like if you're gonna go on any trail that's like kind of okay for like elderly people or like you know, like a hiking trail or whatever, anywhere where a human is supposed to go, this thing will definitely go there. So that's kind of the allure to this kind of crawler, this kind of size, is that you don't need to find a 10th scale rocks. You know what I mean? You just need to find a trail. If you find a trail, you're gonna have a blast with these, and they're incredibly robust. They're just an SCX 10 that they've scaled up basically, but it's very cool, and we've done a lot of cool stuff with it, and it's a project that's happening right now. It is sponsored by Reefs RC, but it's the middle of winter right now, so we're kind of like, I'm kind of waiting a little bit till I'm gonna finish a bunch of other stuff first. I'm gonna finish the RS200, and then after that, I think we're gonna jump on this one. I've already kind of shot half of it, and we've already kind of built. Oh, I shouldn't say too much, but it's pretty sweet. It's got. Oh, here, should I grab? I'll probably grab this camera so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. All right, it might be shaky. I apologize. All right, I'm gonna switch cams. Oh, it's out of focus too. Let me get it. Let me get there. 2, cut. All right. Eye cup maybe? I don't know. It might be shaky. I apologize. All right, look at what's in here. All right, we got a whole bunch of Reef servos, right? There's the 179 Smart Micro Servo right there from Reefs. This is a fully digital high voltage, so you can feed this thing 8.4 volts, like straight 2S, no problem. Very fast, fully programmable, little 128 scale MFer. Not necessarily the cheapest way to go, but definitely the strongest, most powerful, tiny little micro servo you're gonna find. Let me get some slack going here a little bit, and then we can kind of see what's up. So check this out. So, I mean, FPV is great, right? Left, right, up, and down. But we also added this. So what this allows, obviously, to do is to spot your front tire in FPV mode. So you'll actually be able to, oh boy. You'll actually be able to see your front tire, and you'll be able to actually look down and out at the same time from outside the window, which is probably the coolest part about this whole setup. Also, hold on, focus. I also built my own little like power distribution box. It's got its own. Let's see here. It's got its own BEC right there. It's got its own receiver. So the whole FPV system is running on its own receiver, which is super cool. And I'm gonna go back to camera one before I make you guys all vomit. I don't know if you guys are watching a couple of videos, like a few videos back, or not. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube doesn't even like show you my videos. Radio Master came out with a Surface radio, and it's kind of creating some massive waves in the Surface RC world. But I gotta it comes with a large caveat. And the large caveat is that this frickin' thing is so programmable that it might be too programmable. Like you're gonna have to scratch your head a lot. And at least for the early adopters, I feel like there's a bunch of YouTube guys that are making videos specifically for this radio, the MT12 Radio Master. And it's getting easier to sort of figure out how to do expos and to do any kind of mixing, because this thing will do any kind of mixing, like anything. But the reason I bring this up is because I can I can connect to 2 receivers at the same time with this radio, and that's what we did here in the crawler. So the crawler actually has a receiver, like where the receiver actually goes, like a regular receiver, and then it has another receiver powered completely separately that runs all of the FPV channels. So that's kind of cool because I also have 2 extra ones in there, so I can add relays, so I can add more lights and do cool stuff in the cockpit. And then also I have 2 extra channels in the front that I can also use for whatever I want, really. So I have a 10-channel radio split between 2 receivers, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. This thing is nutty. We're waiting for EdgeTX's companion software so we can flash our own custom screens and we can start doing things like scripting. There's guys that are actually writing scripts for these, and they're creating their own graphics on here, like for digs, for four-wheel drive, for four-wheel steer, to like locking diffs. Like it all shows, like you click a button and it shows you where. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But like, what do you need to know to be a master of a Radio Master? I kind of feel like you need to know a lot. Either have a lot of experience with Edge Open TX or EdgeTX, which is the drone, open source drone, not protocol, like the back end of this radio, of Radio Master, and a few other radios. Yeah, this thing is fire. Anyway, I'm going to go to the comments for a quick second because it's like hard to talk and also read the comments at the same time. Yes, let's see here. I'm thinking about doing a parts bin build to make a whole truck. Grim Reaper, make a truck, scrap axle kit parts. Yeah, I mean, Grim, that sounds like a great idea. I don't know about you. I think you should definitely do that. That sounds awesome. Anything that's a parts bin build, I'm like, let's go. I'm doing the transmission bearings to Fast Eddies at the moment. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, for sure. It's always nice because Fast Eddy has like all the bearings for every kit. Like you could just get SCX kit for you know, all the bearings, all in one. That's pretty huge. That's awesome. What controller are you going to use to control the Radio Master MT12? What do you mean? Oh, I'm using the Express LRS. I'm not using the 4-to-1 module. I'm using the Express LRS, and the reason we're doing that is because the receivers are really cheap. There's telemetry, and the whole thing is open source. So like, if you really wanted to get into it, you could build your own receiver if you want. And I'm kind of hoping that somebody creates a beta flight. I don't know if you guys know anything about like quads and stuff, but they have this like really robust back end. You plug in your drone to this thing called Betaflight, and it reads the flight controller. It links your radio. It does all of these things. You can control the LEDs. You can control your PIDs. You can do everything in this one program. And I'm hoping somebody decides to design something similar for surface radios. Finally create some open source ESCs, because the drone world has had those kinds of that kind of control over everything in their hobby for so long, for over 10 years. And it just seems like with the surface guys, you got a lot of these like large players that just don't play nice together. And that's kind of stifling progress. And this is a great example of how thirsty the surface community is for like technology that exists and it's being harnessed for surface radios. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. I'm in like camera FPV. Oh, okay, yes, Hot Boy. I'll get into that. All right, so we're using the what is this? The Walk Snail Avatar X goggles. These are like the Avatar or Walk Snail's newest addition to their HD goggle line. It just came out. Not sure if I would 100% recommend it to anybody. You might want to go with the DJI, because I feel like their Air Unit 3 is a much more robust system, even though you kind of have to sell your soul and pretty much give your freaking social security number to them in order to freaking bind your camera to your goggles. Whatever, that's fine. That's DJI for you. DJI is very much like that. Very closed, not open source at all. You get it, it works, it runs, and that's great. This guy, though, I've had some really weird issues, and Walk Snail's customer service was not very great. So I don't know. I'm going to say that to you guys, as that was my experience. Oh, sorry. That was my experience, and so like if I was to make this purchase again, I would probably go with the DJI goggles. Anyway, so this does have like a gyroscope built in, but it's not harnessed yet through any way. Like they don't have, the firmware doesn't support it in any way. So I had to kind of I had to figure out a way to get the gyro movements to my radio. And the way I did that was with a little 3D printed thing here. You can see it, man. I scanned my goggles, and I made like a negative, and I shoe glued it, and now I have all these mounting points on the side of my goggles. But in here you can see, I don't know if some of you will be able to tell, that is an Arduino. The Arduino is like, it's called like an Arduino BLE. So this Arduino, I don't know if the last time you played with Arduinos, but now this thing has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, it's got a gyroscope built into it, it's got like 10 digital in and outs and like 5 analog in and outs. You can feed it up to 30 volts. And it just runs. Anyway, so this particular board is part of an open source project a couple guys did. And what they did, they created a little back-end software. You plug this in, flash it with their firmware, and it's ready to go. All I had to do was solder like those wires. I'm going to go through this in way more detail in the video, but this is what I had to do to sort of like make it work. And we've had a couple of issues with it, so you know, I'm still like learning how to like get it to work properly. But this is the brain, and it uses a little stereo mono little 3.5 inch connector, and that plugs into that. And then the other side, this guy plugs into your Radio Master training port. So Radio Master has a training port right there. And what's cool about that is the training port can take this like signal, and the signal can carry up to 8 PWM channels. And that's how a flight radio controls to another flight radio using only 2 wires. So they built this protocol a long time ago, or this little feature of a radio that allows you to like be able to give somebody else control of your aircraft, and you be able to like switch off that control at any point. So what Radio Master let you do is to take those 8 channels that spits out, you know, oh God. It'll take the 8 channels that spit out of like a trainer port, and it'll allow you to do anything with those signals. You can mix them in any way. So what I did was I took the pan and tilt from this, and I just mapped it to channel 7 and 8. And 7 and 8 is part of receiver 2 there, and then everything works together. I did have to go into the software and adjust sort of the gains on the left and right, so you don't want it to whip over too fast. But it all works really, really, really well when it works. Yeah. Hold on, let me read the comments. Getting all tongue-tied. Let's see here. Got to figure out the mounting on the body for the S6 on my end and finish it before. Yes, you do. Totally, gear guy, man. Get on that. It's going to be May before you know it. Back in the day, I thought of going 27 crystals driving was epic. Yeah, I know. Well, that's crazy. But Grim, man, if you ever have a submarine, though, you might, I can't remember whether it's AM or FM, but only one of them travels through water, and not very far. Anyway, so I know it's like some of the submarine guys are like looking for these vintage remotes. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Got my Axial Yeti XL ready to go. Dude, be careful with that thing. It uses 10 scale hardware. I have one in a box, and the only reason I don't run it is because it's so it's like heavy enough that the 10 scale hardware and diffs and stuff, I don't know if they handle it that well. And now you can't buy the parts anymore, so let me know if you need any parts. I got a full one. Let's see here. Yes, I've heard good things, Jipper, about the HD Zero GOGs, which have head tracking built into them, right? I wish Radio Master added Bluetooth capability to this particular radio. Maybe they'll have a pro version of this radio that will have it. But there's even a way to just like get rid of this cable altogether and just go Bluetooth right in. I've seen that with a bunch of Radio Master radios, which is pretty cool. John Blaze, still don't have, dude, they're cheap now. I'm assuming, I mean, don't take my word for it because I have no internal knowledge about Axial anything. Like maybe Scale Builders Guild does, or Harley, so maybe like push them. But I'm assuming that they're going to be releasing some new version of it because Amazon dropped the price of those things super low around Christmas. And I think they're still pretty low. I still think that you can get yourself an SCX6 for pretty cheap. Like, you know, if you're going to buy an SCX10, you know, $100 more, you might have yourself an SCX6. I don't know. If you have the space for it, though. Let's get that straight. 6 scale things are big. Time to, have a good night, MK6. Hope you're having a good Tuesday, and hope you have a better Wednesday. Maybe not better, yeah, better Wednesday. It's always good to have better days. Let's see here. We need a video from you. I know. So, John Blaze, man, we're doing that. That's going to happen. It's going to be a series, I think. We're going to be doing some FPV stuff with the SCX6s. I'm telling you guys this because there's only 59 of you guys watching. And on the people that watched that video, there's going to be more of them. And I don't feel like I'm spoiling it, really. But yeah, it's we're going to be doing some cool stuff with the SCX for sure. Let's see here. Also, Raspberry Pi Pico. Oh yes, it is. The problem, maybe it's not a problem anymore, but because of COVID, those Raspberry Pis were like impossible to find. Like all the Octoprint guys were like, I didn't even run Octoprint. Let's see here. I did a similar Arduino head tracking, but mounted it inside my transmitter, so I wave my hands around. Oh, well, you know, it's crazy. Actually, I have the video. You guys want to see the video? I'm going to have to find it, but I will find it. right this second. It works really freaking well. And you don't get nauseous. And like when you lean out sideways, like if I was to lean out the window like this, my point of view, my perspective is still the same. So like it doesn't mess with your head in any way, In fact, it's like intuitive. So like when I went like this and I wanted to look over there, I looked up and it works, you know. It's very good. It's very good. I'm like so into it. Yeah, so into it. Oh shoot, where was I? Yep. Hold on, it's loading. Okay, here we go. No, Instacam car tease. Yeah, that's what you want. No, that's not it. Short head tracking. Yeah, okay, we did it. You can see it right there. But I'll do this. All right. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. Oh shoot, maybe hold on a sec. GB. Stupid thing. B. All right. Yeah, okay, so that you'll see it a little better here. I'm gonna hear, hopefully this isn't loud. Oh no, I don't have any audio. All right, so the tweak on the thumb, we didn't have the lean out on one of the axes of the head tracking, just because I wanted more finite control. Yeah. Finite. Minute? Did I just make 2 words? 1 word out of 2 words? Anyway, it's pretty good. Like it's spot on. Like it doesn't make you nauseous at all. I feel like it would make you more nauseous if it was stereo optic, you know, if you had 2 lenses and 2 cameras and they were like off in a weird way. And then that pivot point you had, that would make you nauseous, like the old VR goggles. Those make everybody nauseous because it just doesn't like, no one's got a pivot point on their neck, right? So that it's like when you move and you turn, your whole body turns. And if the camera doesn't do that, things become a little nauseating, that's for sure. Let's see what you dudes are saying. Lean out. I don't know. What's happening here? Are you guys dealing with some dummies? I hope not. Let's see here. Do you have the Radio Master? I have the ELRS, although I kind of feel like if I was to do it again, I would have probably got the 4-in-1 module. And the reason why I would have got the 4-in-1 module is probably not because I would use it very often, but because you have a little header pin right here under this, and it allows you to use another protocol. You can like add another piggyback module protocol on here, and I could have added ELRS on top. And ELRS, because it's so open source and so kind of like it's being just developed all the time, there are some transmitters with way higher voltages, and it will allow for way more distance. But we're gonna test all that stuff out, and we're gonna see what we, where we land, because like, it doesn't matter how strong your signal is. If you go into dead zones by just like dipping under, in a valley or whatever, you're gonna lose signal, which is interesting. RC Racing Legends, man. Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday. Raspberry Pis are easy to get your hands on now. Oh, okay. I'm sure, dude. If it's in the USA, it's in Canada. It's the same Amazon delivery system, I believe. Seth, man, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Let's see here. Is everybody like? Am I missing? Maybe I'm just like no longer. Is it Mike Hunt? Totally is. Put user in timeout. Bye, Mike. Maybe go play with your hunt. Oh, no audio? Hold on. Test. Give me a sec. I feel like I'd get more people telling me I don't have audio. I think I do have audio, though. And I have something to test that with now, because I'm not a dummy. Yep, nope. I got audio. It is you, Mr. Pembis Man, that does not have audio. Let's see here. My K-pop, can Mike Oh yeah, totally can. Yeah. Oh, sorry, dudes. Yeah, let me know as soon as that happens. Just like let me know right away. Usually I have usually Nash is on, but he's been doing long hours, so I don't expect him to be up this late. And yeah, let's see. Ooh, I should check my phone because I think we were supposed to get a guest, but I don't know if that's happening. It might not be happening. I don't know where my phone is, so I can't even really tell. Jeez. Okay, double clutch, man. If you're listening, let me know what's up, because I don't want to go look for my phone. I don't know what I did with it. It's probably beside the shitter. Let's see. RC Racing Legends, no beer, unfortunately, because because it's not something I can maintain every Tuesday. Drink a whole bunch of beers, eh? All right, let's see here. John Blaze, there's no tall cans. I've just got a bunch of carbonated water because I'm lame like that. Yo, dudes, I turned 40, eh? So hangovers now are like no joke. Let's see here. Should one of us just call you so you can find your phone? No, I know where the phone is, but I'd have to go run over there to get it. And then it's just going to be for me to find out that, I guess. All right. Let's see. Oh, no, he's just busy. I wonder if he's going to pop on later or not. We'll see. We will see. Nice. I keep wanting to put my headphones on. Oh, shit, Seth, man. Happy birthday, buddy. You enjoy your 20s, man. They go by fast. Not as fast as your 30s, but they go by fast. So don't get a job. I don't know. It's not going to matter later. Anyway, whatever. Let's see here. Let's all just take off. Oh, right. Fuck, you guys. Come on. It's funny because the comments are so behind. So, like, it's yeah, rough. Liquid death comes in tall cans. Yeah, no, it does. But I don't like paying, like, $6 for a bunch of water. Like, what? Like, what? Do you pay $6 for just, like, a can of water? Like, I just, like, yo, man, tap water's fine. It is probably even more liquid death than liquid death. Let's see, risky business. Don't get a job. K-pop 2024. Well, if you're 23, man, go freaking travel. Like, whatever. I don't know. It's not like any of this stuff is going to exist in 10 years. Like, I mean, you look at what AI's doing. You know, just look at what's happening. Look what's happening. Look what's happening. If it first started with maybe even before this, but Uber, like Uber is the largest taxi company in the world, doesn't own a single taxi. Like these kinds of tweaks to like generations of work that have been established for over 30 years are just being like, phew, and like I'll probably lose my job in March. I think that's happening because nobody's watching TV anymore. Everyone's watching TikTok, right? Everybody's watching TikTok, and TikTok isn't even showing you what what you want to watch, right? It's just showing you what you will watch. So there's some weird stuff. I mean, I don't know what. Anyway, I'm going on a rant, but like, it's real. All right, let's see here. Have you seen the? Oh, I haven't. 1/18. Oh, the small ones. Yeah, I saw two guys tandeming those really tiny ones. It looks like pretty freaking good. I don't know. You should ask those guys how long a battery pack lasts, and whether or not it's actually fun. Like, it might be too twitchy. It might not be casual enough. It might not you might not have this like flow, but you might. I don't know. I mean, talking totally out of my ass. Let's go here. Traveling is expensive unless you jump on freight trains. Come on. Still be the hobo it, man. What are you doing? Let's go. No. Watch a whole bunch of guys like travel freight trains across the United States a whole slew of times. Holy moly, it's awesome. Yeah, no, traveling is expensive. Agreed. Agreed. But you can do it cheaply. My ex-girlfriend was very good at traveling on the cheap. Oh, okay, Seth, then don't move. It's like, oh, Seth, then yeah, no, what do you... Dream job. Just take some time for yourself in your 20s though, man. Just like make sure, because like you'll wake up, you'll be 34, and then you'll wake up and you're 40, and then it'll like that's obviously don't listen to me. Get a job or whatever, but like just don't forget to like live your 20s. All I'm saying. Wait, what? Dude, this is my Soda Stream bottle and oh, I see what you're saying. You're just like, this is how sad I am, though. I get what you're saying, but this is how sad I am. That my Soda Stream bottle expired in 2019. So this bottle predates COVID for sure. All right. Let's see. Would you be doing, like, for another person? No, absolutely not. No. This is not what it's about. I don't do this. Like, I mean, I'll do something and you can, like, look at it and then be inspired by it, or maybe I'll post some digital plans later on, and then you can kind of live vicariously through the designs I post and build your own thing. But no. For one, it's not worth my time. YouTube isn't even worth my time. But building RC cars is just absolutely not worth my time. I can't get parts cheap. I got another border to deal with. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's a massive waste of time. Right? It makes sense. 40 years old talking about living like a hobo. I don't know, man. I go camping a lot, man. So, hobo, yeah, man. Let's go. I even have a hobo stove. Like, I got a hobo stove under my thing right there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at me. What do you mean? Like, it's my living room, Racing Legends. I don't know. I have a lot, probably more to learn, though. So you tell me, because, like, I should be, like, garnering your wisdom and listening to you, for sure. I don't know how much older you are than me, but honestly, though, great job. The lab is lit. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's slowly getting there. The big thing is to make sure that everything I need is in the place I last left it. That was like the biggest thing. Is like, I need pliers. Okay, pliers. All right, better put the pliers back. And I guess, like, I don't know if you're suffering from ADD or ADHD or whatever, and like you have these moments where you just like misplace things and you're just like in the moment for something else, and so the way that I deal with that is you build these habits, and right now my habits are like, when I get home I hang my keys, and oh my god, sometimes I don't hang my keys and I just like lose my shit. But like most of the time now I'm like, oh wow, all right, the keys are exactly where they need to be, and that has to be like that with everything. It's like all my camera gear right here, it's all laid out, ready to go. Lights are all there. Everything needs to be in its spot, and otherwise you just waste incredible amounts of time. Like, I don't want to look 30 minutes for an X-Acto knife. You know what I mean? Like, it was here a minute ago. I don't know where it is. Where the hell is it? I'm not good at it. So before you guys think I'm like getting there, it's not. It's an uphill battle all the time. Let's see here. Oh, Hellbilly's 50 in July. Yeah, my buddy Robbie's 50 in July. Nash just turned 50. Yeah. Let's see. Corey saying, I wish I could show my hobby room. The lab is sick. I'm 54 in July and still in my mind feel like I'm 20 because of this hobby. Yeah, no, I still feel like I'm 22. 20 as well, not 22. Yeah, no, you don't get older in your mind. That's for sure. You just get arthritis and stuff, and you start being like, why does everything suck? Oh, can you tell I'm in a good spot? All right, let's see here. I think people will always watch you because of you and your personality, your honesty, and your humbleness is inspiring. Thank you, Dr. President Legend Buck Dandy. Oh, God. I can read. I promise I can read. Get off my lawn. Yeah. I wish I had a lawn. Unfortunately, can't buy a house. It's too bad. Maybe one day though. I was like, that's the goal. I think for a 10-year goal is to move into the country. Maybe find an acre somewhere. I know, Jipper. I'm there. I'm so there. I'm like in denial about it. Like when you start doing stuff like this, and then like this is still non-focus for me. All right, there. Okay, I can get it in focus there. But anything like here is blurry. That wasn't like that. Remember as a kid you'd like count your fingerprint lines? Son of a... Yeah, Jipper, I'm almost there, man. Let's see here. Dude, nobody can buy a house in Canada. Nobody can buy a house in Canada. Oh, like, I mean, nobody can buy a house in Canada, no. Not in the city, anyway. Holy crap, $1 million. $1 million for something that cost $150K 10 years ago. I got a lawn, but I don't own a house. You still got a lawn. If you can barbecue, man, I feel like you're winning. Hip replacement coming in March, so I have fun in your 20s, but take care of yourself too. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen. Paul, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. It'll go into the projects for sure, and continue making this happen. These videos happen. I appreciate you. See here, Walmart, pharmacy, dude, cheapest place to get reading glasses. I'm gonna like go to. I'm for a little bit, maybe until March. I still got my benefits, so I'm gonna actually go. Oh my God. Oh, this guy's back. Ban user, delete. Who is this guy? Like, I don't understand. Oh, because I timed him out. Oh. Oh. Why is this guy so mad? What happened? Mike, man. I know your name's not Mike, but like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel super trashy and awful. And I hope that your day gets a little bit better. And maybe if you don't like being in here for whatever reason, just don't be in here. It's such an easy thing to do. Because nobody really cares, man. I don't care. I don't care that you're mad. I just hope you feel better. That's all. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. 42 and the arthritis is starting to hit. The downhill airsoft training takes its toll. Yeah, man, I'm still mountain biking, and I kind of feel like I need to keep mountain biking because if I stop, things are gonna get bad. Yeah. Dang. Let's see here. He must be egg. I don't know what happened, man, but he's not having a good time. Corey, man, have a good freaking week, and good luck with the hip. It's not that bad. They do like 50 of these things a week. I'm sure you know. It's gonna be better. You're walking the next day, you'll be fine. Let's see here. Tell that to Mike to go hunt himself. We see you. I acknowledge your presence. Now move on in peace. That's the best way. I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn how do you this is how you diffuse stuff, right? Like I don't understand. Is it trying to get a rise? I don't know. The RC cars and mountain biking keeps me young. Yeah, man. I just need to find a girl that mountain bikes on a Saran. No, I haven't. Only because until I can't pedal anymore, then maybe I'll look into e-bikes. And I'm assuming they're going to get better and better as they get, as materials get lighter and stronger and battery technology gets a little bit better, even though I kind of feel like we're at a cap with that. But, yeah, no, I will, but not yet, man, because I don't want, for one, a motorcycle or something that's got a lot of power is kind of dangerous, especially when you haven't grown up on something like that. So like whiskey throttling by accident or like just sending yourself at a speed that could definitely kill you through something. I don't know, prefrontal lobe in the 40s is very aware of how fragile my body is. So no, Saran is definitely not happening. Even a two-stroke dirt, like anything with like a crazy power band, nah, man, not into it, man. Like I'll just pedal my bike and I'll probably still get really hurt. Yeah, dude, I run hardtails because we're in Ontario, man. I got to go uphill as much as I go down. So, and hardtails are fun because I come from trials. So it's good times. F that guy. Yes, 100%. What kind of mountain bike do I have? I have a Chromag. It is I think it's welded in Taiwan though. I didn't want to spend the money, get get the ones that are welded in Vancouver. But there's a company in Vancouver called Chromag. For a while there, they were making only hardtails, and they're the guys that run the North Shore. I don't know if you guys know mountain biking, you kind of know how legendary that crew is. I'm definitely not that good, but I can throw down. Let's see here. Louisiana, there's no mountains here. Then Suron it is. No, I'm just not. Because like, I don't know. Are you kidding me? Do you have one? Did you turn it down? I wouldn't turn it down if I had, like, I don't want to, I'm not shitting on them. They're awesome. It's just that I don't want to die. I kind of feel like maybe I'm a pussy that way. Yeah, so I was supposed to ride in North Shore, but my buddy's like, you're just going to die. Because it was like raining for a week, and it's just like, I'm not taking you. So, whatever. 45-year-old myself, I fell on ice 2 weeks ago and got a concussion. I'm still struggling. Oh. Yeah, man, be careful. The brain, man. The brain's a tough one. And it'll go, you'll get there. It's going to take a while. Dude, I got pneumonia. Doctors like 3 months. 3 months to get better. Holy moly. 7 fools. Oh, John, you're in Toronto. Yeah, I don't like that because I love the leverage of a bunny hop, and I love the feeling of, I love pedal hops and like manuals and like just fat bunny hops. Yeah, it's a different type of riding, dual squish, and then also one that makes the bike almost double the price. So. Anyway, now we're talking about mountain bikes, but mountain bikes are sick. I love mountain bikes. I gotta get back on mine soon. It's just so cold out and salty. I'm just not. It's a steel frame, mine. So let's see here. Should we talk about other stuff? I kind of feel bike trials take me back. I ride hard trails myself. Cool. Yeah. No, it's good. It's like if you, yeah. I highly recommend it to anybody who used to BMX bike or bike as a kid and loved it. Like. It's a good time to get into it because the bikes have gotten so incredibly good, I snowboard. I have a season pass, but I haven't been able to go this year, and it's like a big waste of money. So I'm going to Halifax next week for a week, and then I'm back, and then hopefully I'm going to be snowboarding a few times, at least 3 times before the end or whatever. Turbo Ro, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much. Yes. My personality and head finally makes sense to me. Yes. So there's a bunch of books. I wish I could tell you more, but yeah. So there's a lot of support for that. You just have to figure out how to live your life to make it work. That's all. I guess that's with everything, right? Anyway, there's people that are like, just deal. Yeah, that's what you do, but you have to build systems to help you deal. And then life becomes easier, right? I got 24 bicycles. Ooh, dude, I have a lot of bicycles too. But they're all trials bikes. Okay, keep moving. Gotta roll. Dr. President Legend Buck Dandy. Have a wicked rest of your Tuesday and an even better Wednesday. Hopefully the week goes by fast and you guys can get back to the things you love to do. Yes. Are we doing SAS? We can. I don't know how many people are freaking posting SAS though. I kind of feel like not a lot, but we can try. Let's see. Last time I checked, it was like a banned hashtag because scale because of the SHIT word. No results found. Really? Weird. I can't spell it all the way, and then okay, I got it. Oh, cool. Okay, sweet. Okay, let's look at it. Hold on. Stop screen sharing. Present. Screen sharing. I don't have the video to like bring us into this. I'm gonna get better at it. I'm gonna rebrand the show. It's not gonna be called Tall Can Tuesday anymore, unfortunately, guys. It's just like it can't be. It's like it was funny for a little bit. Now I don't want it to be like the legacy of the channel. That's for sure. Anyway, so if you guys are on Instagram and you use the hashtag scale is shit, just tag it onto your massive amounts of hashtags when you're posting your RC related stuff on Instagram, and we'll talk about it. We'll freaking talk about it. I don't know why this says scale is shit in the freaking Hashtags, but so cooler. Oh, okay. So somebody from Colorado sent this out. This is the kind of stuff that just like is the coolest thing ever. I don't know what it's doing or why it's registering where it needs to register. I kind of feel like this is a way to deliver sushi on a little boat. Who knows? It doesn't say. It doesn't say, but it's cool. All right, let's see here. I'm going to post my 100% cutter workbench. Yeah, dude, do it. Sometimes it doesn't show up the day, though. So if you post it now, it might not show up in my search, scale of shit search results. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Keep moving. Yes, I'm on it. Oh, I know, John. Like it, the problem is that it was too much work for the organizers, and they didn't benefit from it at all, really. I mean, other than just like making it happen, they just don't. They can't. It just I don't blame them. It's too much money. Tom Bits, I can't remember his last name. He would actually rent a D9 dozer to do the 5th scale nationals. I can't even imagine the amount of diesel he spent on that, let alone rent a D9. D9. Anyway, okay, keep moving. Tri-scale is shiitake. There's a few. I've done it before. Oh, sick, Robert, man. I'm in Halifax for a week. We're shooting a bunch of concerts, like live music concerts. Bug me about it. I can throw you on the guest list if you and your lady want to come or something. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's move on because like this has nothing to do with RC, although it's super cool and like this is the kind of stuff I wish I was doing. You know what I mean? Yes, the Yoda. Yeah, I love these kinds of builds, especially the emergency vehicle yellow Yodas and all the rust. It's so good. Like the rust over here, look at it. It's so good. Anyway, good, good style. rcworldshop.com. Shredcraft, man. Shredcraft, a dude from Colorado that builds some really cool chassis and add-ons to a bunch of RC cars. If you're not following Shredcraft on YouTube, you should. He just released a cool video on how to make a D12, you know those little K-Truck models from WPL? He posted a how-to video on how to get one to drift really well. So, yeah, you should definitely check out Shredcraft if you're not following him. Yeah, good stuff. CNC great. I don't know who this guy is. Weird. Bizarre. Don't get your fingers cut in there, dude. Let's see your Hobby ZRC808. Yes, man. Get lower. Get lower. Get lower. Oh my God. Could you imagine if it was like eye level, like scale eye level with that background? Not to diminish how awesome the location here is, but yeah, man. Get that camera as low as you can. That's like the best way. Or don't. Let's see here, Slide Assassins. So this track is super sick, and it also looks like, hopefully it looks like I've influenced a bunch of shooters in my time shooting drift cars with an Osmo action on a pole. Yeah, super cool. Looks good. I like how he's like kind of bending the phone around or whatever he's shooting with to kind of make it look a little bit like a drone. Because like actual drones are too twitchy at this scale. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't matter how good you are at it. I know a bunch of really good Whoop pilots, and there's no way that you're gonna be able to like orbit a 10th scale RC car with a Whoop. And if you can, oh my God, show it and add scale, #scale shit to it, and we'll talk about how awesome it is. Benjamin's RC channel, this bug is sick. 69, the gas cans on the side, man, that's what it's about. Let's see your Shredcraft. So Shredcraft has taken Mile High Mark's digital dash and put it in this build. So If you're looking for a digital dash that will read your throttle trigger PWM signal and create a visual representation of that with speed on a speedometer, visit Mile High Mark. He's on Instagram and he's also on Facebook. If you check him out, Mile High Mark. Anyway, this particular build, you can see it has a functioning dash, which is pretty cool. But it also has like a, what's that called? Brazed cage, which looks pretty cool as well. I like it. Everything he does is pretty sick, so you should definitely check him out. Let's see here, Shredcraft. Another Shredcraft. Man, maybe Shredcraft always just posts my hashtag, which, oh man, I'm more than welcome. The more the merrier. This kind of reminds me of Sick Week a little bit, no? Did he write it? Audi RS4 Avant Cabriolet, the perfect pit vehicle for your RC drift track day. Nice, dude. You should have put a hashtag for, yeah, for Sick Week. I bet you would have got a whole bunch of views. So awesome. Okay, quick, keep moving. I'm gonna see what you guys are saying though a little bit. I met the owner. He's an amazing dude. You're right. It's just too expensive to run, unfortunately. Yeah, you're talking about the 5th scale tracks. It's just too much, man. It was great for a while there, but not anymore. Everybody sold their cars, and now I got a whole bunch of them in my trunk. Make 5th scale great again. You know, I don't know if it can. There's a lot of factors that damage 5th scale, and I kind of have a feeling it has to do with a bunch of stolen designs and undercutting the people that actually run these events and kind of like run the community. The minute you remove the community, you just like it just all falls apart. Let's see here, Josh Geeg. Josh Geeg always has like some of the coolest paint work. Also, just look at that exhaust. The exhaust is fire. It's just fire. Love it. Oh, come on, man. Oh, it looks like decals. Okay, it is. But still, that deserves massive amounts of credit. Look at the wide body, and the screws are all evenly placed. The color scheme is pretty great. Looks good, man. I'm into it. Let's see here. Benjamin. Oh, yes. If you're not crawling semi in the water, then are you really crawling? You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. I had no idea that it was a 1/24 scale, man. You know, just to say, the only way it really looks scale like this is when you slow it down half speed. So half speed looks real, but this isn't half speed, but the first shot was definitely half speed. You see that? Like, because there's no mass, so it doesn't roll forward, it just stops sharply, and then it has this like weirdness. I mean, I wonder if that can be corrected with a drag brake of some kind. Not sure. Let's keep moving. Let's see here. We got Slide Assassin's Drift. Ooh, that looks cool. Yeah, I love this track. I love this track because they lit it smartly. They added spots to it. They added dark sections to the track. I don't know. Maybe they just turned off the lights specifically for this, whatever it is. It looks like 1/24 scale too, but it's hard to say. No, 10 scale. I love that the like lines on the road. It's so good. It adds such an awesome level of detail that not a lot of tracks have. I don't know. It's a big toss-up though. Would you rather have a new track every couple of weeks, like a new layout, or would you rather like burn in the track and create these lines? Man, it's a toss-up for me. It's a toss-up for sure. Right? Crawling is not crawling unless you wet the beak. I totally agree. Let's keep moving. Let's see if... I'm asking double clutch. No, it's too late. There's no way. All right, let's keep moving. Motion Model SRC. He has some really cool builds as well. Just look at the RC four-wheel drive freaking Bronco Blazer. Blazer, the rust on it is pretty great. Good lord. And then it's pulling a Yoda. Let's go. This is super cool too. Another 24 scale. Yep. They're like, just doesn't have this like float, you know, I guess. I mean, it's still super cool. Comparing it to the 10 scale and the 6 scale, it's quite different. All right, I'm gonna keep moving. Motion model, another motion model, RC build. That looks fire as well. Love it. Monster Parts, yes. Too bad we didn't see Monster Parts. I'm assuming, I mean, maybe he'll join us next time. But Monster Parts always building like the coolest little hood pokies for a bunch of these like zero prep RC cars that are super fire. That's his supercharger there with the intake. It's just so cool, man. Like, he just knows what he's doing. So here you go. Here's Shredcraft and I'm assuming it says here new Accuvance ID motor and ESC. Cool. Cool. I wonder if he notices like a big difference. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it. I gotta drift more. RC Slovenia, man, it looks cold. Yeah, it looks cold, but very cool. Wooder Sun Kiefer. Wooder Sun Kiefer. Yeah, anything that's slow-mo dirt flying into your camera deserves a follow from me, I believe. So just follow this guy because that looks fire. Is that twin beam in the front? Did I see twin beam? Am I cray? Twin beam. Twin beam. Ooh. Yeah, Double Clutch was supposed to come on. I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it. But if you haven't checked out Double Clutch's twin beam build with his pre-runner that he posted on his channel, Double Clutch Productions, go check it out. Because he's actually selling the kit that makes the standoffs for the rear trailing arms. And also adds way higher mounting points to use like longer shocks for those rear trailing arms. And he has taken a lot of time to figure out sort of the geometry of that suspension in order to get it to hook up properly. And you know, that active center and exactly where the weight is positioned and how much extra weight he's putting on the rear axle and how much with the split weight between, you know, 60-40, 60 rear, 40% front allows for the pre-runner to float over sand. Because, you know, when I talk about this a lot with Brian, how a lot of people build these trucks and they just build them for looks, but they don't actually really break down what makes them function and exactly why they look the way they do. You know, like there's a point where you're building something so scale that like you want it to function as scale, and I think there's a lot of that is missing. Maybe not here because this is cool, but like specifically in pre-runner land. You know, pre-runners are supposed to squat on the back in a way that those front tires float up and start to sort of dance on the sand. And that's like really what makes me love pre-runners so much, you know, is that like floatiness over the dunes, you know. So cool. Shredcraft again. Let's see here, playing with the new camera. Ooh, yes, very shallow depth of field. Good on you, buddy. Let's see here, Slide Assassin Drift. Yes, this is all Colorado peeps, for sure. I remember that setting sun skyline. Shredcraft taking some cool photos. It's all the same players, which is good. Oh, hilarious! Did you guys see the Adam LZ where he was like he launched his sky? I don't know, sky. For some reason, it's all skylines. But Adam LZ, he lifted his skyline, and then they've like hit a ramp or whatever, and he lifted, and the ramp was too short, so it bucked him forward super hard, and the whole car just like hit nose first. That's what this reminds me of a little bit, right? But the Baja Ray is pretty awesome. ty.cork. If you're ever looking at the like perfect shock oil setup for the rear, and maybe a few little modifications to get this thing to run a little better, yeah, you should hit up me or hit up Double Clutch. We've got a pretty awesome recipe for these, and they run really, really nice and flat. And as long as you stay in the throttle, the thing will like properly arc as it jumps. It's pretty great. Yes, I mean that's fine. If it works, John, man. If it works, it works. For sure. Okay, great. Keep moving. 53 of you guys watching, man. Let me know if you're alive in the comments. Hope you guys are having a good time. Oh, maybe China CNC Customize here is just trying to steal free publicity. Although I don't really understand China CNC Customize because I will not contact China CNC Customize to make anything. I don't even understand why they would think that I would like order something at scale from them. I don't know. That's cool though. Anyway, Benjamin's RC channel. Let's see here. This thing is sick. Oh yeah, we saw the buggy go through the water a bit. Very cool build. Very cool build. I like it a lot. Gear guy, man. 26ers faces will be available. Yeah, this is the man. If you want custom drift, even crawler. Oh, we should talk about this. I don't know if he's still on here. He's got a baby, so he might be super tired. But Gear Guy kind of, I'm going to spoil the F out of this because, like, why not? But check it out. Look at these. Look at what Scale Builders Guild designed for us. Look at this. So what's cool about this is that this has actually been fully color printed on my Carbon X1 with the AMS unit, so it can do 4 filaments. Here I use 3, so you can see the back is black, the front is red, this ring is gray, and then you can see the TRD is like red, gray, and red, I guess. There's no other colors, there's only 2 there, but these wheels, so he designed these wheels specifically for the SCX6, but then I asked him to give us more offset. So we've got a lot more offset by a solid 1/2 inch on each side. So we're getting a little bit wider stance with these. We are testing them out though. We'll see if these hexes strip out. This is PETG. It is fairly strong. And it's also been printed with 100% infill in the areas that matter. So we'll see. We'll see if this ovals out or decides to do weird stuff. If it does, then man, these are really, really great Shelf Queen rims and tires for the car, for the truck. You know, here you can see, here's an orange one. Man, I'm telling you, these printers, man, are like just something else. It's like, this is the time. This is the time. Before I was saying like, hey, yeah, get a crappy, you know, Creality printer and just go. But now it's like, you can get an appliance, man. I'm surprised it doesn't ding. They should add a ding. You know, when it finishes, it's like, ding. Oh, I might be able to do it. I might actually be able to do it because it clears its nozzle at the end. And I bet you could put a little bell there. Right? Oh, Racing Legends. Thanks, man. Yeah. No, I hope so. You know, you can see them here. They can see how, like, how it works. And they're heavy. Oh, and you can see we added those brass inserts, melted in some brass M3 inserts. So, hoping to make a strong wheel. I don't know, the infill is they're not super light, but yeah, the infill is quite thick, which is pretty great. Yeah, okay, cool, we can get back to, let's see here, this guy, boom. Yeah, the DJ, man, the Prusa hasn't been used in a year, if that tells you anything. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't speak to Creality's kind of version of these high-speed printers because they also have their own kind of offering. But I can say that Bamboo's pretty sick. Everybody was kind of pissy about how they weren't open source, but that changed. So they did release a fully open source firmware for the Carbon X1 in order to, I guess, develop a community of designers that can help just push the limits of the hardware with the software without siloing it into, you know, patent design, patent infringement and stuff like Traxxas does, for example. Ugh. I mean, I could, but what if it breaks and then I need one? And I don't know. I have a hard time getting rid of stuff, I think. Especially the things that, like, it means a lot to me, that printer. You know? I don't know why. It just, yeah. It works so well. It works so well for what it was, you know? Anyway, yeah, no, I would 100% recommend getting a Bamboo lab printer. I would say the carbon one only because that's the one I have the most experience with. But it's an appliance, man. You tell it, you freaking hit the button and let it go. You don't even need the computer. It's all cloud. You can see it on your phone. There's a screen, like there's a webcam. It does time lapses. It's nutty. And it'll do, that one will do every single filament. So TPU, ABS, polycarbonate. It does like all of them. And it'll even do dissolvable support materials, which I haven't played around with. So far, the only thing I've really played around with is doing color prints. But this does really extend the amount of printing time that it takes if you have colors on the same layer. So if you're smart about it and you make the color layer like through layers, then it doesn't extend the print time as much as, say, if you had like a little piece of white, but then it has to switch to black within the same layer. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, I know, and it's such a good, I can't say enough good things about it, but I can start saying some bad things about it because, you know, I am starting to get some layer shifting. Yeah, oh no, you can't see that. That's where two pieces come together, but there is a freaking gap on one of the prints, and I'm oh, there, you can see it. Oh, maybe not. Wait, how did I show that? Oh, there. See there. So now you can see the layer shift, right? And it didn't happen on this one at the same height. So I'm thinking that it was because of some kind of extruder nozzle. Maybe a little piece of plastic got caught between the print and it just slid the print plate over a little bit. I'm assuming that's what happened. But before I continue to waste filament, I'm going to go through the pretty rigorous what's that called? Calibration menu. And then also I'm going to go through all of the things that are needed to just like do regular maintenance. There's just, I should check belt tension. There's a bunch of stuff I need to do. I didn't, and I'll show you why. Because so this one, the shifted print layer is like almost an inch lower than this one. So it's not, like, I mean, why would it be on two of the same part, but not on this part? You know what I mean? I'm assuming that maybe I had like a rogue slice section or something. Maybe my model has something weird floating in it, and maybe it extruded in the middle of, just in air, and then that glob moved over and hardened and knocked. I'm assuming that's what happened, because these things move so fast and they're so violent in their movements. I don't think it would take much. Oh yeah. No, I'm using, I can show you if you want to see it. Let's see here. I'm opening it, and then I'm gonna open it, and then we're gonna say bye because I don't want to piss off my neighbors. It's like 11:30. Let's see here. I suggest reorienting the part. So yes, but the thing, RC Racing Legends, is that like I get the cleanest layer lines when the part sits like this, and then when I start to move the part downwards this way, then I start to get more line artifacting on just this hump here. So I don't know, the further down I go, the more layer lines I get in those kind of crappy layer lines. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I can show you if there's an example of bad layer lines. Yes. So like this was printed like this, and the top, the compound curve on the top, you can see that you get these really aggressive zebra lines. So I'm like trying to, you try to, I don't know, you try to like mitigate it, but you're also trying to get the best quality results. So I'm okay with trying it a few times and not getting it right. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with that. All right, so this is the part here. And then I can't remember what I had on support. I think I was on a hybrid. Oh boy, I don't even know. Let's just see. Yeah, tree hybrid. We'll let it go. The tree supports are quite intense on the software. It takes a bit to draw the G code. Okay, yeah. I think I actually had it print a little bit more. I added some enforcement on on the A-pillars a little bit, because the A-pillars, when they're hot, they like to deflect, and then I'm watching it print, and it'll like wiggle around, and it'll start doing weird things like that. There, you can see at the bottom there, you can see it where it just, as it was printing, this was moving back and forth. So you can see I added the window frame to make it thicker, and so that solved that problem. But I gotta just redesign it a little bit. The cage that I put inside is not only just like not thick enough, but it doesn't attach itself to the unibody as much as I'd want it to. But yeah. Anyway, this is the Prusa freaking infrastructure here. It's based on an open source. Yeah, this is actually based on an open source slicer called the Slicer, where S is a 3, right? I believe. Which is an open source slicer. I think even Prusa uses the same back end. A lot of these companies are using open source software and then porting it over and making their own proprietary slicers. Interesting. Yes, I did. I don't have a picture of it because I'm not gonna grab it, but it was quite a intense removal. Yeah, it was an intense removal. Yeah, that's how much support I had on the one with the layer shift. Whatever. I'm gonna try it again. I'm thinking, yeah, tilt it down or whatever, but just like rotate it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This one printed fine. That's what I don't understand. In some weird spot. I don't know. That's why I'm thinking it was just like a globby glue. And it also says the printer actually will tell me to open the door when printing with PETG, because you don't want the enclosure to be too hot, because then you get clumps on the nozzle. Says the machine. Anyway, dudes, okay, I'm gonna call it because it's like 11:30. Still 46 of you guys watching. Holy crap! I hope you guys are having a wicked end of your night on Tuesday, and I hope for a wicked rest of the week. I'm not gonna be live next week, but I'm gonna be live the week after, because I'm at work. I'm totally doing, like, I'm traveling kind of the East Coast to shoot a whole bunch of stuff for work, and I'll be there all week. So there's like gonna be no time to do anything. And I'm not going to do a live stream from my hotel room, because what the hell am I going to talk about? Yeah, Sacrifice. Oh, see, this is good. This is RC Racing Legends coming in clutch, telling me to design a sacrificial support piece, tying the A-pillars together. You know what, to be fair, I really didn't think of that. And that sounds like a very logical, smart thing to do. Let's see here. Adriano. Yes, I said it right. Thanks, buddy. Let's see here. John, well, good night, brother. Sweet. All right, dudes, have a good night. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Sorry it's been so long for a live stream, but there's lots to talk about. There's even more stuff to talk about for the next live stream. Stay tuned. I've got a bunch of Show Me Your Cars coming, maybe one before I go to Halifax. And then I'm working on the RS200. So yeah, stay tuned to K-Pop RC, and hope you guys had a good night. Cheers to beers, bros. Cheers to HTO, basically. Later, guys. Have a good one.